fool. Hit him, 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 hit him. Smash him up, watch that move. Went too swift, can't catch these dudes. Can't hit him, 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 hit him. Listen, 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 hit him, listen. It's Eagles talk high, let's talk Eagles. Philly bleed green, it's from your people. Fly, Eagles, fly. Let's beat the squad. Big Pat, Shell, Dante, the dark job. Drop the stats on them, drop the facts on them. Spur game, baby, let's get it on.
Hey fam, it's your man Dante the Dark Knight, and welcome to Eagles Talk pregame. Our Philadelphia Eagles take on the Cleveland Browns. Yes, pregame. It's time to get hyped. We have all this, bad loss last week, and it's a different mindset I have when game day actually comes. Although I am going to talk about some stuff I'm not happy about in this pregame, but I get hyped. It's still like a kid on Christmas morning when our team plays, because we are all hoping to see or unwrap that surprise gift of the Eagles returning to form and playing like the team we expected them to play at the beginning of this season. So still like Christmas Day to me, so I still get excited. I'm still upset, and some things were said this week that gives me the belief that Doug Peterson should be on the hot seat. But we'll get into that a little later. What's going on? My co-host Pat is in the house. What's up, Pat?
What's going on, Dante? Yo, I'm excited. I'm ready to go, man. Just like you just said, like a kid on Christmas Eve, hearing the gifts downstairs. I'm ready to go, man.
Yeah, and I want to be surprised, man. I want to unwrap that gift, and I hope it's a PS5. You know what I'm saying? I hope it's not a, you know what I'm saying? I hope it's not a paddleboard or a hula hoop. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been opening the past couple of Sundays. I've been opening up my gift on Eagles Day, and it's been a hula hoop. And I don't want a hula hoop. I want a PS5. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully today we unwrap this gift on this Christmas morning, and it's the Eagles from past. It's the Eagles that's playing up to their potential. Hopefully that's what we get today. We have no guest shot takers today. I didn't schedule any. That's why. And
it's just me.
This is you're only one. And this is the last week. So Thursday I'll be off of my my sobriety time, and I'll be able to take shots with you guys. So we will, let's just announce here, we will be on Thanksgiving. We'll be on between that 3 o'clock game and the nighttime game. We'll be in our regularly scheduled slot at 7 o'clock. So after you've drank and eaten and gotten full, just make sure you tune in. We'll have a good time. I know I will. I'll be back on the wagon, so I will have a good time. So you guys tune in and welcome me back to the wagon and back on to shots. So without further ado, let's start this first quarter.
You're now listening to the first quarter.
All right, so as you know, if you're a regular, you know that we on Eagles Talk like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots, which we do at the beginning of each quarter. And this show here is divided into 4 quarters, just like a real game. So I am not drinking, as I stated before. I'm still on my sober November, and so I'm going to be pouring myself a shot of this spring water. And
I'm definitely drinking.
I know.
I'm back on the Jameson.
He's on the Jameson Irish whiskey. You guys let me know what you're drinking out there, and let's start this quarter. Down the hatch, 3, 2, 1.
I did that in a beautiful Eagles Talk glass. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I did too.
It's green. You can't see it.
As courtesy of the green, you should be able to see it because you got a blue background.
No, you can't see it.
Yeah, I can't see it. You got to put it in front of you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's kind of clear. Yeah, you got to put it in front of you.
All
right, so, and this is courtesy of JT. JT gift us with these beautiful shot glasses. Eagle Talk got our logo put on there.
Yes,
we always appreciate that. Let's get into the inactives right now.
All right, for the Philadelphia Eagles, the inactives are as such: Quez Watkins, Nate Herberg, Rudy Ford, Jason Huntley, and Brett Tooth.
Brett Tooth.
That name gets me cracked up. For the Cleveland Browns, Joe Jackson, Javante Moffitt, Taywan Taylor, Durante Hillard, and Robert Jackson. But the most notable guy that's out is Myles Garrett, who's been placed on the COVID list.
All right, so that bodes well for us.
Yes, it does.
for no doubt.
That's for
It
offensive
bodes well
line.
for us because he's presumably the defensive player of the year the way he's been playing. So for them not to have the defensive player of the year is in our advantage. Let's put it that way. If we can take advantage of it, because our offense has been a little putrid as of late. So hopefully they solve these woes today, and I'm going to start here. I said it Thursday, and we went over who's the most to blame for the Eagles' disappointing season, and I'm going to stick with. Well, I think it was a toss up between the players, the coach, and Howie, and I'm leaning more towards Doug Peterson. We heard reports out of the locker room that Carson Wentz, a source said Carson Wentz have lazy practice habits, not being the best that he can be in practice, and as you can see, that carried over to the field. Now, we didn't know if these sources was true or not, but one person spoke this week and kind of confirmed that what the reports are about his lazy habits were true. And that was one Brandon Graham on his show on WIP on Monday. He actually said that, and I'm not quoting him verbatim, he actually said that the team, that is, have been practicing bad, have been practicing lazy, have been sloppy in their practices. So Carlson is a part of that. So that would confirm that report. So it's not only Carlson, but it's the whole team. And you can only hang that on the coach.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on? I mean, you can see that they're not talking about one practice, obviously, because we've seen the way they played this year. They're talking about multiple practices, and it's probably become the norm around there. And you have to point to the coach when that type of talk is coming out. When a player is admitting that they've been having bad practices, offsides, careless penalties, the coach is supposed to be a disciplinarian. You know what I mean? I know we live in a new age of coaching where you can't be Tom Coughlin nowadays, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? You probably can't be Bill Parcells, but can you? I mean, Bill Belichick is that type of. He's still that.
Judge, listen, we talked about this pregame, and you talking about Bill Parcells. Joe Judge is that disciplinarian. He's very disciplined up there in New York. He got in a fight with his offensive line coach this week. I mean, he got beat up, but at the end of the day, he said, "You know what? If we're gonna have it out, we're gonna have it out." And he fired the guy. I mean, if players see that their coach is willing to fight each other, then at the end of the day, you say, "You know what? You're gone." What you think he's gonna do to you?
Right. And that's the attitude that he's bringing. He's bringing a different culture to the New York Giants. And I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on it because Eagles pregame, like you told me in the pregame talk. But I will make this mention that you can see a difference in the way the New York Giants are playing this year. They only 3-7, yes, but they are playing with a lot more confidence and a lot more fire because Joe Judge has brought in this culture of winning. I mean, we're going to win and we're going to play tougher and we're going to keep doing it until we get it right. And if you're out of line, I'm going to put you in your place. He put Golden Tate he made him run with the scouting team.
Made him inactive.
And activated him. That's a disciplinarian. But it sent a message to the rest of the team that we're not tolerating laziness. We're not tolerating any type of subpar effort, and that's what we need in the Eagles locker room. We won the Super Bowl, and I think we got fat off the Super Bowl. One of our disciplinarians in the clubhouse left, Frank Reich, DiFilippo left, and we haven't been the same team since. Doug is a nice guy, but we don't need our players to have a buddy as a coach. We need our players to have a coach that's going to hold them accountable. And if they've been practicing like that, it should have been addressed a long time ago. It should not have come to the ninth week, and your best defensive player is admitting that they've been practicing lazy and making mental mistakes in practice, and it has not been addressed. Come on, Doug, you're on the hot seat. He's on the hot seat.
I totally agree with that, man, especially with his play calling. His play calling has been so subpar, especially when you're fourth in the league in rushing. I mean, you're averaging between 5 to 6 yards a rush, and you decide to throw the ball 30 to 40 times a game. Are you kidding me? You're killing this team rushing the ball, and you decide, you know what? Let me make Carson look good. No, Run the ball. Today it's raining in Cleveland. If the running backs, you brought up Elijah Holyfield, if the running backs collectively don't get around 25, 30 carries a game, then yes, he's on a hot seat at the end of the season. I don't care what he did 3 years ago. This is a game where their best defensive lineman is out. You take advantage of that. You run the ball. You just got Isaac Salamalu back, one of your best guards back. So you put the guy out there and you start running the ball.
Yeah, you got to. Let me. Took too long to address our third co-host, and that's the people in the room. Let me just give some shout out. I got Daryl's comment on the screen because he was the first person in the room today. Thank you, Daryl. He says, "What's up, Daphne Nicole? Was second game day. Let's get this win. Fly Eagles, fly." Ananias, Boyd, let's get this W today. And Jeremiah was the fourth person in the room. Let go, Philly. Our fifth person in the room was our co-host who was on assignment. Shell, don't worry, be happy. If you hear me say that, you can slap me right here, as Public Enemy say. All right, so here we go. All right, moving on down the line. When he said what they're drinking, Deion Jones is tuned in. He says Maker's Mark. Who else?
I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm feeling it.
Anthony Aids is rum and coke. Richard Boo is Ciroc and peach. Let me give a shout out to John Patisse, South Carolina Bird Gang. Is checking in. Thanks for checking in from down there.
Appreciate it.
Concerning what I said about Doug Peterson, a lot of people have jumped on board and said that Doug is the problem. Let me go down. I read somewhere Kyle O'Brien. I read somewhere that we are rated pretty high in the league at rushing yards per attempt. Yes, we are. But at the bottom of the barrel at the rushing attempts per game. We are also at the bottom of the league at yards after the catch, but at the top of the league at throws per game. So what does that tell you? Right. It's the obvious, right? Anthony H says, I blame Doug. It seemed after winning the Super Bowl, the Eagles seem to have nothing to prove and show no heart and quit on Doug and the whole coaching staff. But, and I think this has not been the first time. I think that this has been a pattern of theirs, and we see what happens when they turn the corner. So the past two seasons, we've seen them. You can almost put this story or the pieces together in this puzzle. You've seen them come out lackluster the year after the Super Bowl, and then when we needed to go on a run at the end just to make the playoffs, they got it together. So they, when they do focus in practice and come out and that translates to the field, they're a much better team. And we saw it last year. In the last 4 games, they had to tighten up. So they went in there, and it seems as though they're flipping the switch, but they can't afford to keep flipping the switch. You know what I mean? We don't need a team that flips the switch just to barely make the playoffs. We need a team that flips that switch in training camp, keeps it on throughout the whole season, as we did in 2017. Dominate the season, and then don't turn that switch off until after the season over. So, one of these weeks, and because this has been the pattern of this team, one of these weeks they're probably going to turn on. They're going to flip the switch, and but I'm still mad at Doug because as a fan, we don't deserve this. We deserve to see the best that this team has at all time, not laziness. And then when their backs up against the wall, and we've been killing them so much that they finally get it together. Don't get mad at us because we're mad at them because you've been what I'm saying, like, they're mad at us for saying what we saying. Don't come with us now. You wouldn't ride with us. We're not riding with you because you're not giving your best effort. Why would we ride with you if you're not giving your best effort?
Yeah, you're right. This is Philadelphia. You're a blue collar town. Don't say no BS like that to us and expect us to back you after that. Like, we're Philadelphia down from the gutter to the penthouse, and for you to come at us and say don't be down on us right now. Now listen, we reserve the right as Philadelphia Eagles fans to feel how we feel and express our opinion. And right now, you guys are playing like a bunch of PU. I'm not going to say the rest. All right. So get your stuff right. Get it right in practice. They say practice make perfect. Most of the game is won before you actually get to the game. Get it right in practice. Start getting aggressive for practice. And so we can be ready for these teams. Because right now, our stuff is so vanilla. Our defense is so vanilla. Like, they're scared to hit a 6'5" quarterback. Like, dude, I'm 6'1". I know I would got suspended or fined, but I would took the crown of my helmet and put it right in his chin strap. Like I told you before. Yes, I would took the fine. I would probably get kicked out of the game. But at the end of the day, you gotta set a tone. If you don't set a tone, then you're gonna be, soft for the rest of the season.
I agree with you there. Everett says, I think Doug was the first to say new normal in 2017. The new normal is the same as the old normal, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the same normal. John Baptiste says, tired of the Monday press conference cliches. We got to play better. We've got to do better. Yeah, Doug, but you've got to hold them accountable. You've got to make an example of somebody if they're out there running around lackadaisical. If they're playing like if they're playing like they do in the game at practice,
mm-hmm.
That's where you have way more control to stop everything. Pull the guy out, make him sit down, curse him out, do what you have to do to get this right. Because if they're playing like this in practice,
yes,
this should be fixed in practice.
Correct.
This should be fixed. You cannot tell me that this team at 3-5, the way we've seen this team play all year, that they're not doing this in practice. What are you doing in practice? If you're allowing that play to come out to the field, you cannot be surprised that they are coming out and they're doing the same thing if they're doing this in practice. You cannot be surprised. And maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe the offense looks better in practice because the defense is playing lackadaisical also. I don't know. But this if they are playing like this in practice, they should be fixing this in practice. They should not be surprised or mad. They shouldn't be mad. If this is what's going on in practice, why are you guys mad when you come out and you play the same way? My coach always says you practice the way you play. You practice the way you play. The way you play in practice is what you're going to be like in the game. There's no switch.
Shell, that's not happening, Shell. We're not putting the pads back on.
Yeah, Shell. You obviously are not practicing sobriety in the month of November.
No, that's not happening.
Out there. Everett says, heads need to roll. Barry says, fly, Eagles, fly. He must not know we're mad. But no, I'm only kidding. All right, so we are mad, but we do have to preview this game today. This is a very winnable game. We have 5 games coming up. 5 games, and I heard someone say that they're not all they're tough games, don't get me right. The combined record of all 5 of these teams are like something like 32-13. So they all have good records, but they're not dominating teams. Like, they're not dominating the league or anything like that. The Browns have a winning record, and no doubt. Seahawks, they have a winning record, but they're not dominating. Like, their defense is nothing to be scared of.
Yeah, they're just as bad as the Cowgirls. Defense.
Right, you know what I mean? And the Packers. Well, the Packers are good. Aaron Rodgers playing out his mind, but they're not. They might be the toughest out of all of them. The Saints don't have Drew Brees. That's a winnable game. So if we can somehow turn this thing around, flip the switch on, play up to our potential, we have some winnable games in this stretch. And
we do.
This quarter is over, so let's end this quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, you're tuned in to Eagles Talk, the Eagles coverage show that is by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. And we like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots.
Yeah.
And today I am doing water because I'm still on my sobriety kick, and Pat is doing the Irish whiskey. And
Jameson.
Michelle, you are late. Michelle, we did not see you on Thursday. Where were you? All right. We're going to need
on the
you.
couch. Too much talent.
We're going to need you, Michelle. She says it's on the coach. Too much talent on this team. That's on Doug and the staff. He should have cranked up discipline even more this season after Super Bowl to avoid complacency. I agree with that, and it's not happening. And I'm thinking that, the past couple years where they have made that run. Well, first, let's do the shot. Let's start the quarter.
You're now listening to the second quarter.
All right, everybody down the hatch. Me with the water, Pat with the Irish whiskey, Jameson, and 3, 2, 1, let's go. All right. She said her son had a game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Empty
We're gonna have to see
stomach.
that. We're gonna have to see the note. It's like no. Okay. All right, somebody out there, Stephanie. Stephanie's drinking a Fireball. Oh, she's
Yeah,
cured.
she-
She's
yeah,
cured.
she's
Okay,
good.
all right.
She's good.
JT says yo. Okay, so yeah. So at some point he does raise his voice or whatever and snap this and gets this team to snap to attention because
Mhm.
they focus in the latter part of last year to go on that 4-game run, and it wasn't a hard 4-game run to go on because the teams were not they were all NFC East teams for the most part,
Yeah.
so that wasn't hard to do. The year before they went on a run before falling to the Saints in the playoffs, so at some point they do respond, but we need that switch to be flipped on from training camp throughout the whole season, and I'm tired of seeing this type of pattern that's going on now.
Yeah.
Let me go over some stats here, because I still think this team has a world of potential, and we thought that going into the year. We were decimated with some injuries during the stretch, but we're getting relatively healthy here. Rush yards per game, and for as much as we hate Doug for not running the ball, we are 10th in the league for not running the ball that much, for not running it as much as we all think that we should run, and we're still 10th. Imagine if he dedicated himself to or committed to the run more. We would probably be more than that. We averaging 122 a game, 10th in the league. Not bad. Not bad.
And we're not even running the ball that much. We haven't had
And we're
20
not even
rushes
running
in
the
a
ball.
game. We haven't had 20 rushes in the game, I don't think, yet. That's
And
absurd.
another key stat: time of possession. We're 9th in the league in time of possession. When last time we were in the top 3 in the league, we won the Super Bowl. So running that ball helps in the time of possession. Keeps our quarterback from having to make so many horrific saves. Keeps us on schedule too because we're getting yards at a good clip.
Yeah.
Yards at a good clip. Now, points per game, we suck. 24th in the league. 22.6. Our offense can do a lot better, which we see that. We see that. I don't think that we're getting as much as we could get out of this talent that we have on offense. And I'm not saying we have a bunch of Pro Bowlers all around, but we talked about it last week. If we gave this offense and unit to some of the more innovative, brilliant offensive minds in this league, I think that this offense will be further along than they are now. So that's on Doug.
I totally agree with you because, like I said, if you watch games every week, besides our Eagles, there are players running wide open, and when you have a guy like Jaden Rager, I know he's not, the Justin Jeffersons of the world, but if you get him in space, he can make things happen, right? When you have these speed guys, and all you wanted on his team is have guys that had speed, but you're not getting these plays to get them wide open. That makes absolutely no sense. And they talking about it's all on Carson Wentz. It's not on Carson Wentz. It's on the offensive coordinator, who is our head coach, not making the plays available for the offense.
Yeah, look, Andrew says 10th in the league in rushing yards and 29th in attempts. That's
ridiculous.
Crazy. Now we could be probably leading the league in rushing if we ran it more, right? So hopefully somebody in that room is telling Doug like, "Yo, we need to run the ball. We need to run the ball. We're successful at it."
What about this comment right here? What about this comment right here?
Only thing we have is potential. Holyfield and Miles should get 25 carries apiece. A piece. I don't know. Well, we haven't even seen. I don't even know what Holyfield can do because I've never seen him. I've seen him.
I've seen him at Georgia. He's a tough running back. He's not a guy that's going to pull away from you, but he can get the in between yards. Like we was looking for a tough running back like Jordan Howard to come back and stuff like that, but we already had one on the practice squad. He's a bruiser, so that's what you get from Elijah Holyfield.
But has he done it in the NFL yet?
No.
Oh,
preseason.
Right. I mean, but I'm just saying I've never seen him. Did he do good in the? Well, we didn't have a preseason.
Last year when he played, I think he played for Jacksonville, I believe he was. It skips my mind who he played for, but he had a decent preseason, and he was kept on the practice squad, and we swept him off the practice squad and put him on active roster, actually.
All right, so don't tell me we have another Jim sitting in the practice squad and not getting any time like Fulgham and Greg
We
Ward.
might. We
And
might. I mean, listen,
don't
he was
tell
a
me that.
dominant runner. He was a dominant running back at Georgia. Georgia is known to produce running backs. Nick Chubb,
Yeah.
Swiftly. You know, there Sony Michel's actually, even though they say he's a terrible running back in New England, he actually helped them get to their last Super Bowl. So these running backs from Georgia are actually pretty decent running backs. Give them an opportunity, give them a chance. Yes, he was with Carolina. That's where it came up. He had a decent preseason with Carolina. But anyway, Georgia running backs, they produce in the league. They produce in the league. That's not like Ohio State quarterbacks who don't produce in the league.
Yeah, no doubt.
Georgia
They
running
don't.
backs produce in the league. Yes, it's a shot at you, Shell.
Yeah, they don't. Because I'm here, I don't want to change subjects, but yeah, I hear people be getting upset because Haskins got bent. I was like, Ohio State has never produced a quarterback. Why do you think this guy is special? Not. All right. That's my little rant. All right. Anyway.
That's for Christopher.
Because that's what happened to our man the Black Adam Sheffield.
He runs his thing, man. He get busy a lot of times, so it happens. But you know what? I gotta say this: this is a very winnable game. Believe it or not, we're all very compatible stats. We could take advantage of a shorter Baker Mayfield and put pressure on him. They have a good receiver in Jarvis Landry, and they have an ascending receiver in T. Higgins, or Rashad Higgins, is his actual name. T. Higgins from Clemson. He's a long-bodied receiver who can, he reminds you of AJ Green. He has that ability of an AJ Green, but he's a rookie, so does he get to potential in this game? Not yet. I don't know. Who do you put Darius Slay on? That's the question. Who do you put Darius Slay on? Do you put him on Jarvis, or you put him on Higgins? Because Higgins is going to take advantage of a 5'9" Avonte Maddox. Come on, I'm 6'4".
What do you think Landry's going to do to those guys?
I'll do what Jim Johnson did.
Yeah.
Jim Johnson will put his number one corner on the second receiver in double coverage, the number one receiver in blitz rest. They do have a very serviceable tight end, so we can't forget the tight end. But at the same time, we need to make sure that we stop the run, because Chubb and Nick Chubb is a monster. Don't get it twisted, from Georgia, and Kareem Hunt is also a monster in the run game. So we have to stop these two guys, and we have to get after Baker Mayfield.
And look, Nick Chubb is a monster. They have a hell of a two-headed monster in running back, and Nick Chubb's not even the leading rusher. Like Kareem Hunt averages 70 yards a game. He's the leading rusher for their team.
I'm sorry. I got to make this announcement real quick. So they activated Michael Jacquet from the practice squad. He's on the roster now. He's a 6'1", 6'2" corner. So I think he's going to be lined up against T. Higgins.
Oh, I hope so, because they've been taking advantage of my man Maddox, and I like Maddox. Maddox came in like
Maddox is a slot corner. He's a slot corner. He's a safety.
Well, maybe they need to put him there because our slot corner is getting burnt like toast. He is. He is the second coming of Isaiah Jenkins. Oh, my goodness.
So Jenkins, really?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you, he is horrible. Oh, my God. We thought that was a great signing when we got him, too. And he has been just horrible.
Yeah, he's been
Maybe
terrible.
they need to flip-flop positions. Sit down, let Roby Coleman watch a little bit, because he is horrible. Maybe Maddox, since he is a slot corner, will fare better in the slot, and then put the young boy outside. Let's see what he got. He got.
What he got. I mean, it can't hurt.
He's a taller,
it can't hurt. He can't
He's
hurt.
a taller
Like
guy.
what we've been getting beat with this year is this. They've been going to the Avonte Maddox side so much that Slade was like, they're not running this side, and they finally throw this side and say, oh, I got beat. But he Slade is one of the corners that we really don't really have to worry about. Yes, as a corner, you have to have a short memory, and you do get beat once or twice. Let's be honest, you do get beat once or twice during the course of a game, or even during the season. Deion Sanders got beat in his prime a few times in the game, so we can't say a sure lockdown corner. Even Revis Island got got violated by Randy Moss. So, I mean, we have to have a second corner that can help this defense out. Jim Schwartz is not doing much to help this defense out, but we got to have that second corner.
Yeah, you're right. And so the young guy, another Jim, hopefully, I mean, diamond in the rough that he comes in and does a good job. If they do take that chance, that's showing some sign of willing to change. And we don't see a lot of that out of Jim Schwartz. So I will give him that. If he plays the young guy today, I'll give him that. He's even blitzed a little bit more than we're accustomed to him. So he's trying over there. I don't know what's going on, but that last game, they didn't seem to. They got out coached. Everybody got out.
Yeah, they were scared. They were scared of Daniel Jones' running ability. And something like that, when you have a guy that has the ability to take off like a Daniel Jones and Lamar Jackson, the one thing you have to do, you have to hit the guy. And I mean, yes, you take your lumps. You got to blitz here and there. You do take your lumps, but you cannot be scared of the guy that's playing quarterback.
All right, so that's the end of the second quarter. Come on, let's end this quarter.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right, you're watching Eagles Talk by Eagles fans for Eagles fans. We are talking about our favorite football team pre-game. The Philadelphia Eagles take on the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland. We just come off a tough loss against the New York Giants, and we're trying to get ourselves back on track. We like to talk about our favorite team, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we enjoy our favorite adult beverage in the form of shots. So join us as we get.
This is a tailgate, right? This is pregame.
Yeah, this is our virtual pregame tailgate. So get ready and raise your drinks, and hopefully.
I need a beef sausage right now.
Oh yeah. All right, you should have the grill going right now.
Yeah. I should have the grill going on right now. Yes.
All right, here we go. Let's go down the hatch for our Philadelphia Eagles. 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high. Watch our Eagles fly, fly, Eagles fly, on the road to victory. E-A-T-L-E-S, Eagles!
Eagles. Woo! All right, so
You're now listening to the third quarter.
Carlos E says, I say next year we hire Pat as head coach so we can lose. We can go on and blame it on him and hope he gets fired.
Listen, I'll tell you this right now. If they were to hire me as head coach, first of all, it'd be a mistake. It'd be a big mistake. But if you were to hire me, what I would do, I would surround myself with the smartest guys. Because I don't want to be the smartest guy in the room. If I'm the smartest guy in the room, then yes, I'm going to get fired. So I need to get a staff that knows as much or more than I do. Second of all, I'm not going to be an offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. I'm going to let the coordinators do their jobs. All right. There will be discipline in my scheme, but and we'll be drinking. We'll be smoking cigarettes and drinking. Take it back to those.
Jeremiah says our defense has to step up because as long as Doug's doing the play calling, we're going to stay in trouble.
Yes.
Who's the coach next year? It's going to be Doug.
Eric Bieniemy.
I would hope so, but nah, that's
not happening.
I don't know.
I know.
Okay. Love the honesty, Pat. Big changes coming if Pat gets head coach. I'm so glad you said that. That's why our head coach is out calling plays. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm so glad you said that. So why is our head coach calling plays? Right.
You know what? We talk about this every week.
Noble. Deuce is my neighbor. I wish he was the OC because it definitely would be a ground and pound. Yeah, I agree with that. There will definitely be more. We will be actually taking advantage of what we do best, which is what I thought that's what you did. You do take advantage of what you do best. You know what I'm saying? Like if there's basketball, you got the biggest guy on the court. You don't shoot a bunch of threes. You give the ball to the big man and let him dominate. You know what I'm saying? And this is our best attribute is running the ball,
Yes,
and
it
for
is.
some reason we will not do that. I am just baffled by that.
Well, I got a feeling. Today we might actually go back to that. Being as though it's cold, it's rainy up in Cleveland, they brought up a power back. They brought up a power back. I think they might actually go ahead with the three-headed monster with Miles, with Elijah, with the scat back, with Boston Scott. I think they might actually run the ball, attempt to run the ball more than they actually pass the ball. And that be an improvement on the season of what we have been doing.
Yeah, it would be. Yo, I just saw Dion is very stoked down there. He is going to be able to watch his Philadelphia
That's what's
Eagles
up, man.
down in Fredericksburg, Virginia. He is stoked. Enjoy the game, Dion. I hope we give you something to enjoy, actually. I hope we don't play like we did last week because you're going to be mad as hell. You're going to be mad as hell, boy. All right. Sue is in the house. Sue, where you been at? Doug, don't call plays. He just points at one on his sheet and they run it. Yeah, he don't call them. He just points. Carlos says Newport's, Henny's, and sausages for pregame meals. Pat for head coach.
I'll actually do stogies. I would do cigars.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely do cigars.
Checking it out in Chesterfield, Virginia. All right, that's what's up, guys.
Yo, can they smoke on the sideline? Can a coach get the
Nah,
the derby
they
and the
can't
cigar?
Heck no, they can't
That
do
that
that.
would be awesome. You can bring that back.
Oh my goodness, no, they can't do that. Remember the '93 Phillies? They used to smoke in the dugout and drink beers and all that. Yeah, that was crazy. All right, no, they can't do
That's
that.
That's a '93 Eagles too.
Yeah. All right. Bill Crow says, "I still believe we will win an ugly game." Well, this is one of the more winnable games in this stretch of 5 games. So we can, hopefully get back on the right track against a. I can't call them a soft team because they have a winning record. We're the soft team. We're the one that's 3-5-1. So they having a really good year. In their standards, they're having really good years, so we can't sleep on them. But if we are disciplined, if we come out and play like a disciplined team, hopefully Doug has gotten these guys to flip the switch on. Hopefully he has turned the tables on these guys and this is the time where we make the run instead of the last 4 or 5 games when our season is on and hanging in the balance. Because this division sucks. But don't get it twisted. We can lose this division. Don't get it twisted. If we continue on our dissension and the Giants, so to speak, continue on their ascension, this could be this is not a lock. It's not a lock. And right now, I would say we're not playing like the best team in the league. The team that's playing the best right now football is the New York Giants right now. So, if we continue on the pace that we're on, the pattern that we're on, there's no lock that we will win this division. So hopefully these guys understand that, and they're not walking around thinking that it's just a given that we're going to be the division champs. And this may be a record. This may be a record for a division leader this year. I mean, this division
5-11-1. 5-11. Listen, you didn't realize how important that tie was. Like we don't actually. It happened to us before, right? When we had that tie in Cincinnati before. Didn't we have a tie before against Cincinnati? Right? With Donovan was quarterback.
Yeah.
And
he didn't know that
tie
could be a tie.
But that tie was very important for us winning the division and getting into the playoffs. It's the same thing this year. That tie is very important. And we need to take advantage of what we have in front of us. Yes, this is a very winnable game. They're down some of their starters. OBJ, they're one of the best receivers, is down. It's a time for us to take advantage of what we can take advantage of. And we need to do it, and we need to go out there and just play Philadelphia Eagle football.
Yeah, we're going to have to be worried about the run first and foremost because, like I said, they lead the league in rushing. So we are going to have to focus on that. But at the same time, in focusing on that, we can't be susceptible to get burnt on play action.
Well, you know what?
It's going to definitely be in play today.
If you look back at this season so far, we haven't really got beat deep on double moves or play action. We got beat, over the middle and stuff like that, over miss of communications, but nothing really deep on our corners. So we have the opportunity to really go after these guys because they don't really have too much of a deep threat. I mean, don't get me wrong, they do have some speed guys in there. Um, Landry is a good receiver. Donovan Peoples Jones, he's a possession receiver. Maybe you could put Coleman on him, but he's a bigger receiver from Michigan. He's a rookie. Higgins is the guy. Higgins is going to be the guy that's going to be the matchup nightmare against us. And like I said, Michael Jarrett, that we brought up from the practice squad, should be matched up against him today. And we should be okay on offense as long as we are able to stop the run. Our defensive line needs to show up. We paid all this money for Hargrave. We need him to show up today. Malik Jackson, we need him to show up today.
Yeah.
Fletcher Cox, even though he had a decent game last week, you still need him to show up every week. All right, these inside interior linemen, they need to be on the opposite side of the ball. I say it every week. What are the keys to the game? Controlling the line of scrimmage, both our offensive line and our defensive line. If you do not control the offensive, the line of scrimmage, regardless if it's offense or defense, there is an issue. There is a problem, and therefore it is a catalyst to lose the freaking game. We need to be on their side of the line of scrimmage. And as our offensive line needs to be dominant today, because we get one of our starters back, we need to make sure that they don't do anything stupid. The communication down the line needs to be better. Jason Kelsey, we need better snaps today. And when Jalen Hurts coming, because we know Jalen Hurts is going to get in this game, take your starting quarterback out. Change the play. Make it a little different, because when you keep Carson Wentz in the game with Jalen Hurts, we already know it's going to be read option. That's easy. As a defensive coordinator, I see two quarterbacks on the field. I know he's not going out for a pass. That's stupid. If you take him out the game and put another receiver in the game, now it becomes more wide open. Now, Jalen Hurts can throw the ball. He's a quarterback. He's been a quarterback. He can throw the ball. So we need to make our plays not vanilla today, Doug. Doug, you need to go above and beyond and be a better play caller today and better play caller for the rest of the season if you're going to keep your job.
All right. Amen. They are out there. They said, preach it, Pat. Nichelle says, okay, Pat, giving the football sermon. Amen. Let's pass the plate. Let's pass the plate now. Pat is just giving it up.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
I'm a cop, and you will respect my authority.
All right. That's the end of the third quarter, but I agree. Let's end this quarter, man.
And that's the end of the quarter.
All right. This is you're watching the Eagles talk. That's the end of the quarter. Yeah, well. All right, we got
after that.
one more quarter to go. You're watching Eagles talk by Eagles fans for Eagles fans, and we're doing our virtual pregame tailgate. So get ready. We like to talk about our favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, and we like to do so in such a relaxed manner that we get drunk. But I'm not getting drunk in this month anyway, and not at least until Thanksgiving.
Another 7
I'll
days.
be back another 7 days. Well, it's shorter than that because it's Sunday now.
Six. Right? Yeah.
No, you're drunk. Thursday is 4 days. 4 days from now.
I've been drinking, man.
Yeah, I see. All right, I'm drinking water today, but Pat, as you can see, has been drinking, and he's drinking the Irish
I'm drinking
whiskey.
Irish whiskey.
Let me know what you're drinking out there. Let's go down the hatch. 3, 2, 1.
I gotta do this for the one time, man. We gotta get a hype for this game, man. Because you know what?
Here we go.
We gotta build up. We gotta get ready for this game. We gotta go at these guys, man. It's Cleveland. Cleveland don't do nothing. It's Ohio, for Pete's sake. Let's go out there and smack them in the mouth. Let's smack their quarterback. Let's smack their white. Oh, I'm sorry. No,
no Me Too. We don't want no Me Too cases.
No Me Too cases.
You should have started the quarter before you did that. But all right.
You're now listening to the
All right, cool. No one. Yeah. We don't care. Yeah. Let's get hyped, guys. This might be the week. Yes, Eagles.
You forgot
Look,
about DJ,
Everett said,
right? You forgot
we
about
don't
DJ,
even.
right?
Yeah, he said you should have had nightmares and dreams. He said nightmares and dreams.
Dreams
That's
and
what William
nightmares?
said. Well, dreams and nightmares. All right.
I got you next
Everett
week,
says
man.
we don't even like us. Bernard says I can't get hyped until we win. I understand, but
I
this is game
understand,
day,
man.
man. Like
I
I
got
said,
you.
of everything that's happened, I get mad, and I still have my my anger towards some people. But at the end of the day, when it's football Sunday and the Eagles are coming on, I get hyped again. It's like Christmas morning. I just hoping I'm not opening up a gift and it's a hula hoop in there. I'm hoping the day that I open it up and it's a PS5 or something
Or
like
a pool
that. Something-
table.
or a pool table or something that I'm looking for. So, that's what we hope every week. So hopefully it'll be different. Let me go back because somebody said, all right, Carlos says, if the defense is on the field majority of the game, we can't get maximum effort for them.
True.
And that's something to be worried about because this team is the number one rushing team. And let me see. In time of possession, what are they? They are like, let me see, time of possession. They are 11th in time of possession. Actually, we got better time of possession than they do.
Yeah,
But a team that runs the ball
convert it.
well.
We don't convert. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
we don't convert. So let's do that. Let's, that's going to help the defense too. We always talk, a good running game helps out so many aspects of your team. If you can oppose your will and run the ball, you maximize holding the ball longer. You have the ball longer. You give the other team less time to be able to score. Number one, that keeps your defense off the field so they can come on the field and be fresher. Mm-hmm. And if they, and I remember one year, that's how Dallas was successful in just that. Their defense sucked, but they ran the ball so well that they kept that defense off the field, and they only had to come out and stop a team for 3 downs, and they can go hard for 3 downs, and that can help your defense. And I think we got a better defense than what we're proving or showing on the field. If we just, if those people that you name can come up and play to a level of expectation. I mean, what we expected from them. Like we don't even need them to exceed. I mean, I would love for them to exceed expectation, but if some of these players just played up to their normal level of expectation, Fletcher Cox is not having a usual Fletcher Cox season. Malik Jackson is not having his usual season. Hargrave is not having, if these guys just gave us what our expectations, not Superman, just average what they do. They're playing below expectation right now. And if they could just turn it around and play up to their expectation, this team will be better on defense as well. But again, the running game, I said, if you can establish that running game and keep them fresher, maybe they can come out. Maybe, maybe if we're holding the ball for 40 minutes and the other team only has it for 20, that bodes well for us. Another thing the running game does is it keeps your quarterback, who is not having a particularly good season right now, keeps him from having to carry the team on his shoulders, or at least feel like he has to carry the team on his shoulders by letting him, hand the ball off and let the running back and the offensive line do their thing. Then it gives them more confidence in some play action. Now when you go to play action, maybe you'll have some people running around wide open.
Like you said, running the ball sets up play action. You can't go play action if you never run the ball. If you don't run the ball successfully, and I'm playing linebacker or I'm playing safety or I'm playing corner, it doesn't entice me at all. So if you're running the ball successfully, what happens is you bring up safety, you bring up linebackers, and you open these voids in the defense. So I had one too many drinks too. So but you have to run a ball. Today is a run the ball type of game, and we have to be successful in running the ball today. And I got to throw this out there. Anybody got connects to PS5? Please DM us.
Yeah.
I saw Dion out there say you bagged this PS5. Listen, we
Where
trying to
you
bag
get it
ours.
on TV? Wow, yo, if you got that connect, I don't even play video games anymore like I used to, but my son is dying for it. So yeah,
Yeah,
man,
I need it.
that.
I'm not gonna.
They
hold you
they
up. I
had
need
some on was it Wednesday at 3:00 online on what a Walmart?
Yeah, it
Of
was
course
going at
you know,
301.
Susie. Yeah, no, 3001. Like 1 second after 3:00, they were gone. They were gone. All right, Jeremiah says, "Oh, Charles Roberts, we need this win. It's hard representing our Eagles in Colorado. Wow, that's what's
Wow.
up. Thanks for tuning in. Colorado when they play
Shout
this
out to
bad.
Tony from down under, man. He's been on here. He's been on here every week. Every time that we come on from Australia, and he's been doing his thing. And it's like 4:00 in the morning there or something like that. It's woo.
Oh yeah, we definitely give a
Yeah,
shout out to
man.
him
Listen,
for
if
being
I
up.
could sing you something right now, I would sing you a drink.
Well, we're not that far off from this kickoff, man. I've been painting all weekend, and I just got to do the baseboards, and I'm done. But very busy weekend. But I'm going to take a couple hours out to watch this game before I go back to painting, and hopefully they don't disappoint me. Hopefully at halftime I'm not like, man, F it, let me paint these baseboards now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully it's not one of those weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for a better Carlson. He showed some signs of maybe listening to the coaching staff last week when he checked down a lot, when he threw the ball away a couple of times. So
That was
hopefully,
surprising.
it
That
was
was
surprising.
surprising.
It was surprising. And then again, and it was very vanilla too. So this is what you get when you ask Carlson to follow the game plan and stay within the game plan. This is the Carlson you'll get. So it doesn't look spectacular, but on the bright side, he didn't turn the ball over. So that was a good thing too. So hopefully he'll continue in his progression. Doug will help him out with his play calling. That's a big if.
We need a new Carson. We need a Carson that's going to be efficient. He's going to be effective, and he's going to be not scared of anything that's thrown at him. And with that being said, you know what time it is, right? It's time for the predictions, man.
All right, okay. Let me get this comment before we do that. Joe Gunn said, "Can we convert a third down today, please?"
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
isn't that amazing? That's amazing.
Yes.
We converted no third downs last week. That was embarrassing. That wasn't amazing. That was embarrassing. You don't convert any third downs. That was embarrassing. Joe Guns, we need the dub today. Let's start this week off right. Fly, Eagles fly. Definitely need that. We have a primetime game following this game against who's that? Seattle? Is that Seattle next week?
Yeah, we play Seattle next week.
Monday night. That's
Woo.
a good game, yo.
We played against the guy
we
that
can't-
Shell wanted, that we all wanted, that Shell said we didn't want.
Oh yeah, DK Metcalf.
We all wanted DK, Shell.
I know, like Shell, like he's some type of
He snapped at me.
guru. He snapped like we didn't want him. First of all, I didn't know who the hell he was. I don't even watch college football like that.
I do.
So I didn't know
I-
not
he
to
was a
want
monster.
him. So,
He was a monster.
and if he was such a monster, why did he go in the third round? I mean,
Because we got Howie Roseman drafting.
no, I'm talking about if he was a monster, why wasn't he in the first round?
He should have been a first round draft pick.
Yeah,
Literally, he should
well,
have been. If he completed the season, because he had a neck injury that year, if he completed the season, he would have been a first round draft pick. But anyway, back to the Eagles game, because I
Yeah,
don't want
back
to
to
get into that. man.
today's game, and we
I
have to
th- I
worry
think
about
if we can-
Jarvis.
Yeah, if we're able to control the line of scrimmage, and I say this every week, if we're able to control the line of scrimmage, we're able to run the ball and be successful running the ball, and we're not able to turn the ball over, we can win this game handedly. What I mean handedly, I mean where you can go ahead and paint the boards and everything like that in the third quarter. I'm like, oh, this is a dub. You know, we have to be fundamentally sound today. All aspects of the game, a defensive line, special teams. We have to kick field goals instead of going for 2-point conversions, or fourth down on ones. Kick the ball, get the point. Stop chasing points. Okay. With that being said, I think if we're able to do all of that, and that's a lot, we can come out with more points, a little bit more points than they can.
All right. We need to let that Bronco buck.
Yes.
That's what Williams says.
I'm gonna get that sounder next week. Watch.
All right. The Broncos that need to buck are the running backs. Knuck if you buck. All right, yeah, we definitely need that. But it's funny that you bring up the trenches because that's where Howie he builds this team from the inside out. So he goes and he invests a lot along the trenches, and it's amazing that those trenches are letting this team down right now. The defensive line is not performing. Like I said, we got a couple people in there. If they just met expectations, we'd be a better team on defense. Offensive line has been just decimated, but they're healthy now. So hopefully that game, and they can't be that bad because again, we're 10th in the league in rushing with a decimated offensive line. Now that they're healthy, come on, Doug, time to run these guys. Doug. Let's dominate the trenches, and I agree with you, Pat. The winner of the turnover battle and whoever dominates the trenches wins this game, especially with the weather being what it is in Cleveland. So, I'm going to predict that this is going to be a win with us with more points than them. So, you guys, that's the end of the quarter, right on time, too. End of the quarter, game is about to go on. Come join us after the game, after hopefully a Eagles win, hopefully a turnaround of this team. We see better showing than we saw last week. And we will be celebrating after the game. That's hopefully what we'll be
I'm going to
doing.
get drunk after this game. Shell, we did talk about Holyfield and running him a lot. All right.
I thought we got – did we sign Jordan Howard? Is that
he's on the practice squad. He has to wait a week before he can be brought to the active roster.
Okay, all right. So everybody out there, man, go out there, enjoy the game. Our Eagles, let's go Eagles. I'll see you guys after the game. We're out. Peace.
Smash him up, crack that fool, quarterback crack, yo, sack that fool, hit him,